Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, June 27. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Prime Minister Mottley this evening reached out to the loved ones of two missing American visitors. Today, officials resumed extensive searches by air and sea, but Public Relations Officer of the Royal Barbados Police Force, Inspector Rodney Innes, says there has been no sighting of 32-year-old Oscar Suarez and 25-year-old Magdalena DeVille. Addressing the issue as she briefed reporters on her return from official overseas travel, Mottley emphasized with the family and assured that Barbados and its regional partners would do all they can to find the missing couple. She also announced that the search has been extended.
Let me say on behalf of the people and government of Barbados to the families who are here how deeply sorry I am to hear that your relatives are missing. I want to give you the assurance that the government of Barbados will do all that is humanly possible for us to try to find your relatives. The police and the Coast Guard and the regional security system have already been on the job since Monday evening, I'm told, and in spite of the fact that these searches normally will last 72 hours, I've given the instructions for us to go for another 72 hours because we need to literally ensure that we have exhausted every possible opportunity with respect to finding your relatives. I can't imagine what you're going through now, but please know that the prayers as well as the diligent efforts of the government of Barbados and all of our law enforcement arms, as well as the regional ones with whom we are affiliated, will be continuing to work in earnest to find them.
The Prime Minister said Barbados has enlisted the help of U.S. authorities to beef up the search by air.
Air surveillance to see where the search and rescue from the airplanes, and having had the brief just now, I'm satisfied that we will continue to literally apply every effort in seeking to find these two visitors. It is regrettable, and at this stage we will just continue on the search and rescue. I want to thank all of the persons who are trying to hold the center with respect to what is being done, but also know that in these circumstances the anxiety and the emotions of the family are the most important thing, because to have received a sudden call that your loved ones either can't be found or something may have happened to them is a fate that none of us would want to go through.
Meanwhile, United States Ambassador to Barbados, Linda Tagliatella, is keeping a close eye on the situation. She is hopeful that Suarez and DeVille will soon be found.
One of the things that is most important to us is taking care of Americans abroad, and we're concerned about their whereabouts. We have been working with the police and talking to them, as well as we have met with the family members who are here in Barbados. We stay in contact with them. Obviously, I hope, along with everyone else, that they are somewhere safe, but I certainly hope that they will be found shortly. We'll keep them in our prayers and thoughts and let the police and the Coast Guard do what they need to do.
The National Insurance Scheme will suffer no major fallout despite taking a significant haircut as part of government's debt restructuring. Word of this from the NIS Manager of Investments, Luther Jones, who explained that while the fund holds a significant amount of the now lowered government paper, the exposure is not as great as some pundits have suggested. Responding to a question during a forum hosted by the NIS at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center last night, Jones explained that while there is likely to be initial losses, it won't be damaging.
National Insurance has a sizable amount of bonds, government bonds, but at this point in time, the fund is very, very viable, and I don't think we have any problem going forward. Some of the bonds were reduced based on the government restructuring program, and it affected the principal amount. It also affected the interest, but the fund is still very viable. At this present time, we can have about $4 billion in investments, and we believe that that should help us out. In terms of the actual review, that will also give us a better indication as to what, how we will start going forward.
Changes could soon be in the pipeline for the country's labor laws, and now that Barbados has adopted a new International Labour Organization convention aimed at tackling issues relating to violence and harassment. Word of this from Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labour and Social Partnership Relations, Alison Fort, as he addressed a workshop preparation skills at the University of the West Indies Cavell School of Business today. He noted that while Barbados currently has an Employment Sexual Harassment Prevention Act in place, it falls short of addressing the issues relating to violence both at home and the workplace.
It's felt that what happens in the workplace is not only what happens in the four walls of the office or whatever, but people come to work, and in a lot of cases, I suppose women come to work with many problems, and all those problems might be stemming from domestic violence in the home.
To sports now, the West Indies are out of the World Cup. They were knocked out after India captured a comprehensive 125-run win at Manchester's Old Trafford today. India amassed 268 for 7 after electing to bat first. Then the Indian bowlers, led by Mohammad Shami, then dismissed the West Indies for 143 in 34.2 overs to end the West Indies' hopes of progressing. The West Indies joined Afghanistan and South Africa as the 3 teams to bow out of the race for the final 4 so far.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To the region now, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, with the help of the New York Police Department, is setting up a new unit specifically to tackle gender-based violence. It's one of the 2 new units being implemented in the near future. More in this report from TV6 News.
Police Commissioner Gary Griffith says it will comprise of 1,000 officers. The intention is to create more comfortable ways for victims of abuse to report incidents.
They have assisted us in training how to deal with victims of domestic violence, how to deal with incidents involving children, how to deal with incidents of child abuse, and they gave us several recommendations that we can and would be using to deal with this situation.
Griffith says the unit will investigate crimes against members of the LGBT+ community. Officers will be given sensitivity training.
The individuals may be reluctant to come to the police station, so because of having online reporting or dealing directly with, you call 999 and it will be transferred directly to those individuals who are properly trained and professionally prepared to deal with such matters in the police service. It would assist those individuals to be not to be as so reluctant as they were in the past to come forward and make the reports.
On the international scene, hundreds of firefighters are battling wildfires in Spain's Catalonia region as temperatures soared to 40 degrees Celsius and above across parts of Europe. Officials say the fires are the worst in the region for 20 years and may spread rapidly. Much of Europe is experiencing extreme heat. Germany, France, Poland, and the Czech Republic have all recorded their highest ever June temperatures. Meteorologists say hot air drawn in from the northern Africa is responsible. The heat is expected to rise further in many countries over the next 3 days, meteorologists warn. And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website, www.barbadostoday.pb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.